Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Dork Side. It is I, your friendly neighborhood dork in the road. And I know, there's 10 million advice for new streamers videos out there, but I haven't made one yet. So this is my top 5 things I wish I'd known before I started streaming. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking to yourself, what? I've never heard of this guy before. Why should I take streaming advice from him? And you know what? You're right. I don't have a huge following. I have been streaming on and off for about a year. I don't have a ton of followers. My growth has been incredibly slow, and it's because I've made some mistakes along the way that I've sort of figured out if my experience, the mistakes that I've made, could be beneficial to someone else and maybe help them not make the same mistakes or help them benefit from a little bit of a head start based on the few things that I've picked up in the year I've been doing this streaming thing. I thought, hey, that's probably beneficial to pass on. I am not a doctor of streaming, but I have picked up a few tips and tricks along the way that I want to pass on to you. First thing you need to know, you need stuff. It's definitely possible to stream directly from your console with just your headset mic. People do it, but if you look at the biggest Twitch streamers, the people that are most successful, they usually have a webcam. They usually have some kind of upgraded microphone so that you can hear them clearly. You can tell the difference between someone who's streaming directly from the console and somebody who has an upgraded microphone and a camera. That's not to say that you can't do that to start. In fact, I recommend it. I think just jump in if it's something that you think you want to do, but be thinking about the stuff that you're going to need along the way if you want to get more serious about it. If you think about it, when you're going into a stream, if you can't understand them and the mic is kind of crackly and there are 500 other people playing the same game, do you stay or do you look for another stream? If there's no face cam and that's the kind of thing you're into, do you stay or do you look for another stream? Yes, streaming is free to start, assuming you have a console and internet connection already, but if you start to get into it, you're going to want more stuff. Video quality and audio quality count for a lot. You're going to want to take steps to address those things. You're not going to get it right the first time, or the second time, or the 5th time, or the 20th time. I'm still tweaking the video on this. I'm still kind of washed out and stuff, and I've had this camera and this setup for a while. Just know that not only are you going to need stuff, you're going to need time to set that stuff up. You're going to need to go in, set it, watch a video, tweak it, watch a video. You'll probably stream for a while, be like, oh no, that's terrible. Go back, tweak it. It's going to get better over time, but you have to actually go in and make the mistakes before you can fix them. Number 2 thing I wish that I had known ahead of time is that just gaming is not enough. Unless you're like amazing at a game, and even then it's hard to build up a following these days. If you're not like already somehow known in the gaming world, like you're a professional gamer or you're on a major team or something like that, it is real hard to just come from nowhere on your own. Just playing games for 0 people or 1 person watching you is not a way to grow. That's not the way Twitch is set up. So you have to network. It's not the skeezy, gross used car salesman thing that you're thinking of. It just means, in this instance, go out and make some friends. Hang out in some other channels and talk to people. Make friends with them. Don't go in and be like, hey, I'm a streamer, come support me. Or, I'm going to go start my stream now if anybody wants to stop by. Don't even mention it. Just go be the kind of viewer you wish you had in your stream, and eventually those people will reciprocate. It's not about a means to an end. It's about being a good community member, and the natural consequence of that is that people will support you. You have to network. You have to make friends. You have to do things other than just playing games. This is a lesson I've learned the hard way. I know a lot of people that have just played games for a long time, and they've experienced growth, but it's been slow, and I wouldn't say that they're huge. If you want to get bigger, if you want to grow at a rate that isn't frustrating, you're going to have to network, make friends with people, go out, visit other people's streams, and honestly, these days, and this is a piece of advice I've picked up from a few other people, Ashley Christ, Harris Heller, you have to make content outside of Twitch because there is just no way to get discovered just playing the game. Just streaming to 1 or 2 or 5 people forever is not going to help you grow. You have to get yourself in front of people by networking and creating content elsewhere. And that's just a harsh reality that I did not get. I've spent a year growing very slowly because I didn't understand that. I'm finally starting to get it. Number 3, this is a fringe benefit that I never ever anticipated, especially because honestly, it seems ironic considering I'm talking about getting on the internet and sharing and performing for people, but I'm a bit of an introverted person, and so it never occurred to me that I would make actual friends, like people that I would consider my friends through the networking and hanging out in other people's channels and really just joining a really great stream team. But I've made people that I would consider my friends. Like, I don't refer to them as username. I refer to them as my friend name who lives in place, right? And my wife sometimes has to be like, wait, do you know this person or do you know them from Twitch? That's another fringe benefit of doing what you should be doing anyway to grow, is you'll meet cool people and make friends, and it's fantastic. So that's thing number 3 that I wish I'd known. A benefit. Like, this isn't all things that are disappointing or that I did wrong. One thing that I was pleasantly surprised to discover is that you can make actual real friends on Twitch. It's pretty crazy. Number 4, probably, and if you're a streamer, or if you've done any streaming or created online content, one of the first questions you get from people is, oh, what if people are a jerk? What about trolls? Or if you have friends, or maybe yourself, you were thinking about getting into streaming or making content, but you stopped yourself going, yeah, but what about trolls? What about jerks? What about people that come in and are mean to me, right? I really have 2 things to say to you about that. 1, there's not as many as you think. It's not as prevalent as you think. I'm not the biggest Twitch streamer on earth. I do have a fairly successful YouTube channel. Over the course of a couple of years, I've banned 1 person from that channel who, it wasn't even because they were attacking me. I was like bantering with them, but when they started attacking the other people who commented, that was the line for me, and I banned them. But that's it. I've banned 1 person from my Twitch channel because he was trying to convince me to do a giveaway in exchange for him using stolen credit cards to buy subscriptions to my channel, and I didn't want any piece of that. So that's it as far as big trolls. You can always mute them instantly. You can time people out, and if you get a decent mod or 2, they'll take care of it before you even know that it's happening. So don't let trolls dissuade you, because 1, they're easily dealt with, and 2, trolls they're small people. Like, it takes 0 effort, 0 courage to criticize something somebody else creates. It takes a lot of courage to create something and then put it out there for people to see, knowing that people tend to be critical. So it takes no effort to criticize. Those people's opinions are not worth listening to. If you just want to criticize without actually taking the risk of creating something yourself, you are not a person whose opinion I'm interested in. So don't worry about the trolls, because they're easily dealt with, and they're idiot douchebags anyway. Their opinion doesn't matter. They're realizing that they've created nothing and contribute nothing, and try to make noise and tear other people down because it's the only way they can make a mark on the world. Don't let that discourage you. Don't let trolls stop you from doing what you love and creating. Trolls, nah, they're lame. And number 5, and this one has taken me a year probably to figure out, is you have to know your why. This is, the thing that's bandied about these days with Simon Sinek, and it's a big buzzword in business and education, which is a world that I spend a lot of time in. But why are you streaming? Is it to have fun? Because if it's to have fun, don't worry about anything else. Just play the games you want to play and do your thing. If it's to grow or make money or make friends, then you need to approach it that way specifically. You need to know why you're doing it. And sometimes it takes a while to figure that out. So you may stream for a while and be like, this is fun, but not as fun as I thought it was. And then that's the moment where you stop and reevaluate what it is you're actually trying to do, what you're hoping to accomplish. Because maybe you're not growing, and it turns out that you wanted to grow. You want to get in front of more people, or maybe you're not making money and you thought that that was your goal. But so many people, 1,000 people start streaming every day. I made that up. I don't know the actual number, but a lot of people start streaming every day, and an equal number or more quit streaming every day, because it's not as simple as turn on your console, click broadcast to Twitch, get famous, or get followers, or get money. And I don't think people get that to a degree. We live in a society where everyone thinks they're the next YouTube sensation, and honestly, none of us are. Like, lightning has to strike you for that to happen. So you have to have a plan. What is it you're hoping to do? Are you trying to provide a service? Trying to provide entertainment? Are you trying to create a community where people hang out? Are you trying to make money? None of those goals are bad. They're equally valid. But if you don't know what you're trying to accomplish, you're just twisting in the wind. You're not going to make any headway. You're not going to make any traction towards your goal if you don't know what your goal is. And sometimes you have to just jump in, and then you'll figure out your goal along the way. That's totally a thing that happens. Be thinking about having a goal. Maybe your goal is to have a goal at the beginning, but it's not enough to just jump on and game. You have to distinguish yourself in some way these days. That's just the way it is, depending on your goal. If your goal is just to hang out and broadcast and you're cool with streaming to 2 people, awesome. But if your goal is to get bigger than that, or get money, or become a full-time streamer, you gotta have a shtick. You gotta have a niche. You gotta figure out who you are and what you can offer that's unique, because there's a million mildly entertaining, somewhat okay gamers out there with a camera and a microphone. What makes you different? And until you figure it out, you're not going to distinguish yourself. You can't sell it until you know what it is you're selling. So what are you selling? What is your why? That's my 5. Number 1, you need stuff, and you need to set up your stuff. Number 2, who does 2 like this? Apparently I do now. Just playing games isn't enough. You gotta do stuff outside of Twitch. You gotta network. You gotta make friends. Okay, number 3, you can make real, actual friends. It's not just about me broadcasting into the ether, but you can create cool relationships with people that you want to visit and hang out with and meet in real life. Number 4, you're worried about trolls. Okay, 1, they're not as big a deal as you think they are, and 2, who does 4 like this? I'm freaking myself out. And 2, they're terrible people whose opinions don't matter anyway. They're small, tiny people yelling into a hurricane. You're the hurricane. Don't listen to them, okay? Don't let them get you down. Don't let the idea that someone might criticize you stop you from chasing your dream and creating something. And number 5, you have to know why you're doing it. What is your why? What is your goal? What are you hoping to accomplish? Until you know that, you're just spinning your wheels. So what did I miss? What are things that you as a new streamer, or you as a semi-experienced streamer like me, know that you wish you had known when you started? Leave them in the comments. Let's talk about it. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to like, maybe even subscribe if you want to see me talk about more random crap related to video games and streaming in the future. And thank you for watching. And as always, please do not forget to be excellent to each other. Thank you.
Excellent!